Previously on The Business.
Talking coffee now, and proper coffee, friends. Not just rubbish coffee, but proper coffee. Our two guests in studio this morning are formerly Ian Evans, which turned into Mel Winter.
Sorry to disappoint.
No, you're much better looking, in my mind anyway. And Craig Charity, who is a barista. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. We're talking more about baristas and coffee and stuff like. There's big business in this, isn't there? There's a lot of big business in coffee.
Indeed, there is, yeah.
And it wants to be a kind of a trendy thing that over the last 5, 6, 7 years has suddenly picked up. We've always had the Starbucks and the international coffee houses, and it's always been cool to go and hang out at a coffee place with free Wi-Fi. But suddenly, South Africans have just embraced and adopted this in huge proportions, haven't we?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think the fact that you've got Craig Charity, the national barista champion, on here today is an indication that people are interested. People are keen to hear what's happening in the coffee industry, and it's growing from strength to strength.
Craig, let's talk. The first question I want answered, because it's what Astrid wrote down on my page over here, and it's a good point. What is a barista? For those people who have never heard of the term, just talk us through what you do.
A barista is a barman, essentially. I think it means barman, and I think, yeah, in this country we've adopted that term to coffee. So I'm pretty much a professional coffee maker.
So yeah. I've got that image in my head. I don't know if you remember the movie, was it Cocktail?
With Tom Cruise. Oh, yeah.
I look quite similar.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I've got that image in my head. Am I delusional, or
I haven't seen the movie.
Is there a bit of that you haven't? Okay, all right. So we'll have to sort that
Astrid,
out.
it was a good few years ago, I think. Okay, so tell us about the Barista Championships. You are the champ, the South African champion for the Barista Championships. Just tell us a little bit about that and how you ended up being in this position.
Okay. The championships is pretty much I suppose it's similar to MasterChef in a way, where you've got 15 minutes to impress a panel of judges. There's 4 sensory judges that you serve drinks to. You serve them each an espresso, a cappuccino, and a signature drink. And it's very much about the why and the how, more than actually just the drink. So, for example, when I competed at the national champs, I flew a coffee down from the Nyeri district in Kenya that was handpicked by about 625 farmers that farm along the base of Mount Kenya. And those are particularly good. They're called garden farms, so that it's someone have a very small plot of land that they had 100 trees on that they grew and pulled together. So the competition sort of extends quite far outside just the drink itself. And yeah, the barista competition, they judge you on taste, presentation. Yeah, you pretty much got to convince them that that's the best thing they've had in their life.
Few observations. First of all, how do these judges look at the end of tasting coffee all day? They must be completely wired.
I've judged, and it's not fun at all.
I mean, it's a nightmare job,
really,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's not cool.
What makes you want to chase that, Craig? I mean, why did you say to yourself, well, I want to go for that, and I want to be the barista champion? I mean, we know there's a world championship. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what made you want to do that?
I don't know. I think part of the whole guy aspect of wanting to win. Or the competitive, like, I want to,
let me find a competition.
Let me find someone, I want to fight someone.
I kind of like coffee.
And I don't know. It's just I don't know the first sort of instance of falling in love with coffee, so to speak. But I mean, obviously, the deeper you go into it, the more. See, coffee without people is pointless, and I think coffee is never just about the coffee for us. So, like, if
Craig, you haven't met me at 6 in the morning, pal. I don't want anyone around me, and I do want coffee.
Listen, I wouldn't mind Craig making coffee at 6 in the morning.
There's a difference between drinking coffee to keep you awake and appreciating coffee.
He must be a really popular guy because girls would welcome any man who's willing to get up and make them coffee at 6 in the morning. So, you know, a barista to boot.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have no shortage.
No.
How did I know that, Mel?
All right, so I mean, I'm just looking at the website here. It's become a very sexy business to be in, to be the South African barista champion. You're now going to go over to Rimini, to the World Barista Championship. I can see a movie being made about this one day, about
Cocktails
coffee.
too.
Yeah, I can just see it happening. Just you've never been, or have you been before?
I haven't been to Italy.
So tell me about what you think it's going to be all about. What have they told you these World Championships are going to be like?
Well, I think the standard is just a lot higher. Everything's the same. We're competing on the same equipment. I think obviously the judges are better, but I'm not saying it in a bad way.
Sure.
There's just a cross section of judges as well from all over the world.
It's pretty much the world's best of the best competing. Wow. So it's people like me from different countries that are possibly better than me competing, and people come in with. I mean, these guys have visited farms. They've built relationships with the farmer. They've asked the farmer to do particular processing on a particular varietal of tree to get a particular taste that they serve in their cafe. So it really is. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands. There's hundreds of thousands being spent on me going. So I mean, even more so from them.
Yeah.
Is coffee your daytime job? I mean, do you make money being a professional doing this? Is that how you're making a living?
I've got a cafe. Well, I own the coffee bar inside a cafe in Hillcrest called Stretta Cafe.
Yeah.
And
I've so been there as well, actually. Yep.
For the party.
I have been there. Yes.
I heard about that.
There's a story there.
Well, something we don't know about.
So my company Lineage Coffee owns the coffee side of Stretta. So I roast coffee for a living. I'm a coffee machine technician to the Greater Durban area, and I really do love the stuff.
It's amazing. I want to turn our attention quickly to your mag, because I'm looking at it online over here. You mentioned that it comes out 4 times a year. Is that in print?
In print, yes.
Is that still
copy.
a thing,
That's
actually?
still a thing,
Right.
really, yeah.
Thecoffeemag.co.za. It is available online. Just talk us through your business, because it ties in beautifully with the Barista Champs, etc.
Yeah, so we saw that there was a need for a specific coffee media in this country. We're the first to have done it in South Africa. And the growing culture, we felt needed a voice, and to uplift the baristas and to shine lights on the great roasters out there in cafes, and just really explore coffee. You know, there's magazines for everything, music, cars, niches all over the place, and coffee is something that people get extremely passionate about. And I was one of those people. I started a roastery with my father, and just from there the passion grew, and now we get to go travel around the country and meet all the people who love doing it.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's our business in a nutshell. And yeah, it comes out 4 times a year. It gets delivered to your favorite cafe. We have a distribution network of the top cafes and roasteries around the country.
So Craig, on a money level, this kind of thing obviously costs money as well. I mean, you run a business, you've got to make sure you earn money. How can you afford to travel around making coffee for people?
Alovo have been a very big sponsor in sending me overseas and doing the roadshow. They're quite involved. They're very, very happy to be involved, especially in the African section, because they've got 6 or so mills up in Africa, and they sort of support the local communities around that. So when I told them that I was doing this thing and competing in the African Champs, so they're extremely happy to put money behind it, and by doing so promote themselves as well as the coffee industry. And they've been supporters of the coffee industry, especially in Durban, for a couple of years. They sponsor, I think, the Sunday Tribune section of it.
Yeah. The Cafe Society Awards.
So when are the World Champs?
The World Champs are in June in Italy. But I leave on Saturday to go to Bujumbura, which is in Burundi, to compete in the African Champs.
Oh wow, very interesting.
And he's going to win. He's going to come back.
Will you keep us
the African
posted
champion?
on what
Of
happens?
course, yes, definitely. We'll keep you updated.
There's no sexiness in throwing bottles around and lights and people clapping and drunk people falling all over the place, like there are with cocktail mixes. But what I do want to know is, it's a sexy business to be in, isn't it? Is that showmanship there? Is there still that sense of show and kind of you know what I'm talking about? Or do you all just stand there and kind of go,
No,
well,
that's just
this is...
you and your friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he puts on a tie and a
Yeah.
waistcoat and looks very, very
I clean up quite
suave
nicely.
making
No.
coffee.
it's not as exciting as I think as to watch a cocktail. I think you get the flaring side. It's definitely not as exciting as that. I think it's more. There's a lot of industry excitement, but it's like geeks that coffee pretty much.
What is exciting though is that I could just see the picture forming in my mind's eye as you were talking about the coffee from Kenya and the plantation and that is fascinating for me. That is really exciting. Is where does this coffee come from and why that choice?
I really a lot of my heart is at that point. I'm trying to structure my brand in such a way that we connect, and it's been a really cool initiatives like Roast Republic started up in Johannesburg. They're doing profits of their coffee is going to put kids through education, and so coffee really is a center point that we can focus on, because it's pretty easy to make money with coffee, and it's just how we distribute that money, and which is I think important. So
Fantastic.
On Saturday when I go to Burundi, on Sunday I'm spending time with a guy called Ben Carlson. Can I give a website? It's not a money based
Yeah,
thing.
of course you can.
It's longmilescoffee.com. He went up there with his wife and 2 kids, pretty much aiming at uplifting Burundi people through coffee. So it's a really cool tool that people are using to uplift communities.
Fantastic. Craig, I'm going to leave you there. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to whip you into the other studio, and I'm going to ask you a few more questions, because this is a worthwhile podcast to throw onto the website. We'll put it on at balls.co.za in a little while from now.
I think you just want to learn how to change your image.
Yeah, I do. I need to learn how to wear a tie.
You need some tips.
Friends, that is the show for today. It's brought to you by F&B Business Banking.
The Business on balls.co.za. Brought to you by FNB Business Banking.